Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the StarLadder Minor Closed Qualifiers here for Day 2 of the China region. And our main stream, which will be kicking things off with our upper bracket semi-finals. I'm the Eternal J, and the first match up on stream today will be 5Power versus Vici. I love watching some Chinese CS, and the reason is because these teams all have history together. They all play in the same leagues, in the same circuit, in the same tournament, and as a result, there is a lot of data to pull from, and potentially some very spicy matters as a result. This one could be a close one. 5Power and Vici have separated even best of threes, with Vici just about beating up 5Power in the last two. And some very close maps on the like of Mirage, Overpass, and Vertigo will be our three maps for this series. Mirage and Overpass well represented. Mirage played in 2 of the last 3 series between these two squads, and last time they played it went 16-12 favor to Vici. Let's see if 5Power can make the 16-13 happen, though. That's what happens when they went up against each other in the WASG 2018 China qualifiers. In general, it's a pretty good map for the Vici side, an alright map for 5Power. I guess a lot of people do suspect that Vici will be the favourites in this series, and that kind of makes sense. You know, they are a very well-represented team with a lot of good players, a lot of good talent in that side. Certainly the bookies and GG.bet certainly have given the odds favour to them, so it makes the most amount of sense to me at the very least. So we get ready to get started here between these two squads. Now in terms of who picked Mirage, it was Vici that decided on that one. Again, not so much of a surprise. They got a 70% win rate on it, being at the likes of Tai Lu in the past back during the IEM Sydney qualifiers. Currently they are on a 5-map win streak on it online. So, yeah, I think they are the favourites, at least for this first map. Overpass, of course, picked by 5Power, and Vertigo being the last map of the series, which could get interesting if we get there, because neither team is played it yet. Neither team is yet to have a match on Vertigo. Instead of the standing of Overpass, there's a semi-decent chance that it might end up happening. It's not a great map for the likes of Vici, although that being said, 5Power have only played it once against MVP PK. 16-12 was that particular series, or map, I guess you could say. So I wonder if... Now we currently have some technical issues going on in the server right now. We can't connect one of the 5Power players, so we'll just give him a couple moments to sort things out, and we can get started immediately. That's literally all we're waiting on when it comes to the 5Power versus Vici series. Felt like it was about ready to go live with the warm-up coming through, but yeah, 5Power not having the best of times at this stage. Of course, very early on in the series, it's not a very good start, but it doesn't matter. All 5 players are now connected, looking like they're ready to rock and roll with the pistol round. Vici with a T-side start. Double flash and smoke for Avon. Single flash smoke for Orman. Dropping the P250 out to Frankie. Raid boss in play for the Vici side. Initially looking like it might be an A site execution setup. Could also rotate to B, and it looks like that's what they'll do. Out towards the B-bomb site, fast in. 5Power have 5 pieces of Kevlar to be working with. Not quite in need of fuse kits or utility. 3 players on the bomb site, ready to receive the Vici side. Smokes out, flashes over, quick kick coming in from the T side. One player close to the balcony, and Bottle's just going to wait back here. USP ready, they're ready. There's one kill comes in, second, third headshots landed, and the last two players spotted out towards short. What a cleanup from 5Power. Zhao will take most of the damage, but it doesn't matter in the end. He stays alive, and 5Power clean house on the B side. Vici walking straight into the stack. Getting decimated by the defensive line of the CT forces. The rebuy, of course, can come through Vici. Going to opt not to go for the aggressive force up here. They've got the Glocks out, but nothing else. No major investment coming in. Towards the mid default, they'll go here. Other than that, just looking for the pistol, run down into the bomb site, get a bomb plant. Potentially do some damage, try to take some money away from 5Power. But even then, that's probably not going to be likely with the 5Power. So. Burst through from the first, deals with Ullman. 5Power. And the first of Vici rounds that corner here. 2 kills coming in, 3 frags found. Overall, is Zhao getting himself a nice little mop up of the UMP. So money, of course, gained by the CT forces. Again, all 5 staying alive, so the money can reinvest and get brought down here. Reinvestment will come through for the Vici squad. AK's out on 3 players. Kree for Kaze, and Advent with a Galil. All goes out towards the mid face right now for the CT side. 1 player in connector, 2 towards short. And actually they're going to take passive control with a boost coming in from that short position. Aggression coming in meanwhile from the likes of Savage. From the T side, or CT side I should say, actually, against the T side. Here's some utility coming over towards the Palmer's push. Falls back eventually, allows the T side to take control, calling for backup, and again, 3 players we've stacked up here. Meanwhile, Joking moves in, spots 1, good flick out towards the firebox. Not spotting the second player, but we'll check down the CT spawn eventually. Franke deals with Zhao. 2-man advantage for Vici. No trades coming in from 5Power. The bomb plant will go down open for Ramp. And it will be retake mode for the CT forces. One of these get in play from Shooter Pie. The Vici have essentially locked out the 5Power side from getting into the bomb site. Flashes over, burst through. Kriegs and everything going down. Shocking. Nice gap between the danger box and the CT spawn. Gets himself a frag. And gets a 5-on-2. No real chance for the retake now. Fever and Savage. Fever goes down, and Savage left out in the dirt to have to concede this one. Terrorists win. Indeed, not a single frag going down. Favourites finally get their first on the T side board. Still plenty of rifles to work with. The AWP coming out for Savage. Might be able to do something here. He's only 1 kill so far in this one. And Vici taking an early tactical. I mean, it hasn't felt like the most confident affair from Vici on their map pick. It certainly could do a lot better, I think. So early pause coming out makes a whole lot of sense, I believe, for the T side. Just stop, take a moment to reflect, and try to come back in stronger, because you might have to, might need to do just that. Jockey makes his way quickly up towards the catwalk in the mid position, backed up by 2 players, following kind of far behind him. Spray through from bottom will take him down. Advent kicks things off and they establish short and ladder room control. Kaze here with the Krieg. Watching out in case a short push does come through from the CT forces, but they have backed off immediately. Still that 3-man stack into the B bomb site. Vici aren't quite getting the read onto these 5-power positions because constantly they'll hold down the B bomb site. And just hold back and wait at this stage. Vici without much of a major stance other than their heavy presence in the mid position. Sprays up through to Viva. We'll tag him up to 36 points of health. SMG being in play. Frankie with a bit of a missed shot out there. Could not quite muffle his footsteps, so they will know that he is down towards that mid position. Might sell him on the idea that the hit is coming through. Indeed, the smokes are up, and Viva will try and make his way up in an advanced angle. So he plays the lineup. He gets all 3 with the SMG in a matter of seconds is all it takes for 5Power to turn the whole thing around. Orman still fragging away back towards ramp. Spots the second player. You can't quite take him down. Bomb in full CT control as well. And Advent waiting for one man to peek up to him. Does turn it to a 2 versus 2. 20 seconds remaining as he makes his way up. And meanwhile, the AWP cross has been locked out by Savage. Orpin not checking the bomb, will spot the man out here and get the flick on towards Advent eventually. 10 seconds for Orman, working into the A bomb site. Not enough time to pick up this bomb. Can't get the frags either. And it will be 5Power to get control of this one. Vici with a 3rd. And 1 off angle is all that it really took to get the SMG to turn it all around for the CT forces. 5v2 to 2v1. Just add an SMG and connector and you've got yourself a pretty decent setup. Okay, 3rd of the ball for 5Power. Vici still with enough investment. AK saved. A little bit of money is still left for the last man on the T side. As Vici makes their way up and into the defaults here. Out towards the A bomb site initially for what looks to be the ace execution with the standard smokes and flashes. 5Power could be susceptible to this because they have got a lack of real firepower. 2 AUGs, 1 for Mars and a UMP. The AWP, of course, will be there on a part of Savage. Here comes the hit. 1 player, 2 players, 3 players out of ramp. Flashbang to try counteract it here from the CT forces. They will get their first kill, but Shooter Pie and Bottle traded right back to the 2 for 1. Make it 2 for 2. Zhao strikes out towards the mid position, catching off one of the flanking players of the T-side forces. Vici do get themselves into the smoke and get the bomb plant down. We stand at evens for this one. Backstab coming in from Zhao. The T-side players are ready for it. Frankie, excuse me, not Freeman. He's sprayed up and taken back. Two quick kills come back in for the T-side forces. And now that the backstab players is all that remains. Zhao out towards mid. I think he's making a lot of noise. Advent should be able to hear this. Indeed, he will. Face up, no time on the defuse. Burst on through, just take the spray down. Look for the second player, but Kaze gets the trade. And gets the second for the Vici side. Good reactive responses there from the backstab. To be a 3rd coming in. So the only 2 of Vici at this stage. Again, the favourites kind of having a bit of a struggle in the early part of the matchup, but now they have really got themselves decent starts to work with here against 5Power. With a force buy round to claim the lead away. Take it back for themselves potentially as well. CZ's in, scouts away. Molotovs and flashes coming in from the T side, out to the A bomb site, round through towards Shooter Pie, catches off the Eagle. Matt 10 from Orman deals with him. Bottle also caught off towards the mid position. CZ on, combining alongside his teammate in Zhao. We're able to get one of these rifles down, but at this stage they need to save that rifle and run for the hills. Put the other pistols back into positions to get some exit frags on the T side line, and they should be successful in doing that at least. Orman tagged up. Couple more players out of positions. They can't really go, not really in a position to go hunting for this AK either, the Vici squad. Got to get through the rest of the CT forces. Bottle has fallen all the way back over to the palace area, so exit frags of plenty for the CETs, perhaps. Smokes in Advent, falls back eventually. Spraying from Almond, will be able to get Zhao. We get a little bit of money back for the T-side forces, but in the end he goes falling, losing out his Kevlar and helmet. It was a force buy for 5Power, and despite the fact they saved the rifles, it does not mean it's going to be a very good round for them. Certainly wanted to get a lot more out of this one, but all three on the board, evened up. Vici with the rifles versus the pistols, and two players that ended up with deaths in the last round. Vici should be able to take easy control of this. Oh, but look at the push coming in from Savage. CZ up, burst through, and Kaze has no idea what's going to hit him. One kill against his name. Advent pretty isolated here. The scout, meanwhile, ready to take shots on shots. Tag up from Frankie, and Zhao with the USP closer. Second face does take him down, and the USP headshot captures Frankie in the back of the head. Ulman with a trade, but now a 4 versus 2 situation. Advantage to the favor of the CT forces. Ulman takes a little bit of damage, tries to hold him back here towards the B bomb site, but 60 seconds and he's got a bomb on his back. He's got to commit to this, or otherwise find a way to work back in over to Advent's position and get the bomb down over on A instead. Khalil works in, looks out towards short. Shooter Pie. Smoke on a B bomb site, waiting for contact here from the T-side forces. Meanwhile, Savage has made his way into the mid position, watching out. Gonna run boost his way out towards the short area. Advent should hear him. Scout back. Good contact play, and oh well, he will take his teammate down with him, but he does get the kill on the Galil player. Now, an AK and a Galil to work with, they know exactly where the last two CT players are at. Almond bomb plant down behind the danger box. Now getting out towards default to watch out for Bottle and Co. Savage going to rotate him in with a second AK. A lot of damage done to Vici in this round, and 5Power could still win it out. They've not got a kit, so they have to work against the time. Molotovs know exactly where Almond is, keeping him back over towards the ramp position. He's not even got a bomb planted for him. They now know that they can just stick the whole thing. 10 seconds to defuse. No face out. He's got time for this. He's got a face now. He's running out of opportunities. He's running out of seconds. Spray on the first. Catches the second. And down sticks him from the bomb. I think Bottle's not got time for this. No. So Almond will give up his life at 3 kills to his name, and he gets the round for Vici. Still, though, a lot of damage being put down by 5Power and their rifle eco. Both teams going to heavy invest into this next one. They've got a lot of work to do. AUG in Vijal kicks things off. Almond down. Spray on the Jockey is a lot of damage. In the end, he will be taken out by the back line. The UMP and AWTP do strike back for Vici. They control the B bomb site, but one man on the flank getting caught off guard. Shooter Pie takes out Frankie. Bomb plant down over to the short position. Man advantage still for the CT forces. Shooter Pie makes his way in. Smokes are still up. Bursts through blind. Goes close to Advent. Doesn't quite take him down. Doesn't do any damage either with the AK-47 now picked up. Shooter Pie will try and make his way into the bomb site. Smokes up. Sprays through. Advent held back. Watching. Spraying. Can't take the man out. Holding on for as long as they can. They only now make their way into the bomb site. As Kaze finally trades back on the Bottle Jr. Get the second to Shooter Pie. And 1 versus 1 against Savage. Almost a 4K for Kaze. He's holding out for time though. I think he's let this bomb tick too far gone. And indeed, it will be a 5th for Vici. Heavy investment coming through from the CT forces. Once again, a force buy will be back in play as their opponents have taken the lead, extending their lead to 2 rounds. Oh, being AWP kill coming in for Savage and Shooter Pie. Ready for Frankie. Has 2 quick frags and 2 rifles that can be recovered. One of which popped out for one of the SMGs. Bottle, if he can get towards mid, maybe able to get that. A great start from the 5-Power forces. 1 kill back on Zhao. Alma makes his way in towards ramp, catches off Savage. And Shooter Pie back up in Palace. One of the rotating or flanking players that gets themselves a bit of an advantage. Smokes up, Molotovs in, will block off any sort of peek in from the CT side, at least back towards the ramp and Palace areas. 1 peek comes in from the scout towards short, but doesn't see anybody from the T side. Vici just hold back. Here the utility coming in, Allman sneaks in, catches off Bottle, on towards ramp. No idea that the T side player was pushing, so 5-Power lose the man advantage once again. AK's recovered on the scout player. Zviva finds a way to work into connector. Shooter Pie giving up a position, but in the end decides to fall right back with the AK-47, giving up all the info and, of course, not getting much out of this round at all. We'll hunt for the exit frag. We'll try and keep this player suppressed back in Palace. Viva already back over in the out position. 6-3. Five-round win streak right now for the Vici forces. Passive mid controller gained by Vici here in round 10. Pushing up through the mid position. Allman Molotov flashing his way into the apartments. The truck position pretty well held off against 5-Power. Viva. Counting with his own smokes at this stage. Just utility plays in from both sides to try and force the issue out and force a mistake. But so far no one's biting. The only real mistake-prone position is going to be this ramp area. Shooter Pie pushed up extremely close to the T-side line, so this kill could go either way, potentially kick off the round to the favour of 5-Power. Depending on whether Frankie wants to go ahead and face here. Most of the Vici forces are out towards the mid position. Front of connector. Depends to make their way in for the A site split, but again, it all rests on the idea that Frankie gets this kill on Shooter Pie. And Shooter Pie on Tetris. Actually not throwing a whole lot else up. Spray in from Allman, gets the first of Pop. Shooter Pie challenging, does get the kill. Alongside the kill coming in, quick trades back from the T-side forces. Will leave a 2 versus 2 and heavily tagged up across the T-side line. In 15 seconds, and Shooter Pie knows this. Back up in Tetris, he got the kill on the one-man ramp. Sprays towards Kaze, drops that bomb, and Allman left alone to fall to the hands of Viva. Rotation, wraparound coming in from 5-Power, and they get the 4th on the CT board. Forced in from Vici, will try and fire right back. A little bit of utility to go in for what looks to be the ace execution once again. But Julie's out for Joking. AK for Kaze, UMP for Advent. Caesar for Allman, Deagle out for Frankie, and four those players have care lights. Frankie saving up, probably for the AWP in the next round. For now, though, it's a quick kick coming in from the Vici side. AWP gets the first, M4 for the second to Shooter Pie on the double kill of Karzane. Indeed, he gets it, with Zhao cleaning up Palace. And Allman last man standing, 1 versus 4. Easy shutdown, easy crossfire, easy lockout of the A-bomb site, and 5-Power make their way back within 1 of the Vici lead. The force spike coming through. It doesn't quite line up for the T side. A Deagle eco from Frankie. I think everybody else will also go eco in this round. Teams work their way into the app position, playing carefully, slowly, quietly. Two players from 5Power ready to lock them out, looking for a bomb plant, the best here for the Vici squad. As Frankie and Kaze move up. Frankie first man to face. Spotting out, no CTs here. There's the one back towards bench. He will be spotted out eventually. Burst through, AUG gets his little secondary fragment. Goes back from Frankie as Bottle holds on. The 1 versus 3 situation for Ullman. 2 kills for Bottle, easily locking it down. At least a couple of kills going in for the Vici side, keeping the economy modest for 5Power, forcing their investment on 2 players. We're all evened up here between 5Power and Vici. Quick mid faces coming in from both the CT and T side forces. Look how far extended Bottle's going to get out with the AWP out here. First kill, Kaze trades him back. Frankie also wants towards short, catches out Zhao. And the AWP has fallen away from Sniper's Nest. Good smokes up from the T side will help with that factor. Meanwhile, Viva strikes a shooter pie, takes out Advent as well. And the short control decimated by the CT side. 3 on 2. Shooter pie tries it back to just 1 and none now, with the final frag coming in from the AWP. 5Power lock it out after a good first initial hit from Vici. 2-for-1 trade, and then on towards short. They weren't ready for the facing from the connector area or the AWP or the Krieg, excuse me, from the back of the website. 5Power, they take the lead above Vici as a result. Once again, mid and ramp control established by the T side. It was underpass mostly here for Vici. He could boost up Ullman or Joking into the Sniper's Nest. Haven't seen them try wrap back in against the CT forces thus far. Strikes first, out towards ramp, 2 kills going down, 3rd found by the CT side. Joking trades back 1, but that's as far as it will go here. In a second, information gathered, but these 2 players with the bomb out towards the ramp position get cleaned up by the AWP and AUG wrapping back forward. Second frag for shooter play, AWP coming in. The final. An 8-6. 5Power take the lead at the very turn of the half. Vici to try and make it as close as possible. Otherwise, other than that, however, it has basically been a Vici half. They have maintained all the control that they've really needed to. Only in recent rounds that 5Power have turned it around and gained some level of CT control. They will win out the half, obviously. Again, one final round for Vici to try and bring it to evens, or for 5Power to extend that lead. AUG blind spray from Bottle, tags up Advent, not by much though. He did more than it actually did, but he won't know of any damage that he's done as of right now. The T-side players falling in over towards the A bomb site. Bomb on the back of Advent. Kaze with a smoke set up. Now smokes back from 5Power, expecting some sort of mid-control, but nothing coming through from Vici. Again, to set to execute towards the A-bomb site. Here come the smokes out. Connect the jungle stairs and CT spawn. Orban strikes first and shoots by. Looks in for the second, but low HP bottle trades as Frankie trades it right back. And one man left on the firebox position will be dealt with by Joking. Taps on towards the crosses, over through the smokes. The bomb goes down to 4 versus 2, and Chow peeks out towards the left-hand side. Small gap on his way for Joking to work with. He leaves it all left to Viva. 1v4, and he probably going to fall back at this stage. Squaring gets one down on Shocking, but crossfire face. He actually isolates the 1v1s, 3 kills to his name. The AWP turns it around. Thought for a second that maybe they may have given up a bit too much from the Vici side. It wouldn't be the first time he's clutched with rifles, but in the end it will end up being an 8-7 half. Favor to 5Power. Not quite the 9-6 that was almost bought by the lone player of the CT Forces, but in the end they win out the half, and that is probably more than enough, I believe. T-side where the real challenges begin. Vici now for their own CT starts here. Map where both teams are pretty balanced towards that CT side. So if it comes into fruition, also the same for Vici. They've got the default stack out, 3-1-1, favor to the A-bomb site. Almost smoke up on a 5-7, ready to try and take face just in case, and try and block off the T side. Here they come, quick smokes and flashbangs out, and he will fall back towards the market position. Kaze backing up towards the backstab, catching the first man. Savage down, headshot found to the CT Forces. Almost trades right back with a 5-7, 5-on-3. The CT's maintaining their control. Meanwhile, the bomb's made its way in towards the A site. It's all been a complete ruse. Bottle comes up with one good pick. Frankie trades it right back, and they're going to be distracted here towards that B bomb site. If StarLadder can hold off for as long as he can, then maybe Vici might be distracted. Indeed, they are. They continue to push forward on towards the short position, and StarLadder holds out against Holman. Gets a second headshot as well. On for the third frag. Shocking, he gets it! StarLadder fragging away, almost gets Advent, but Advent realizes quickly that now the real hit has come through towards A, and he's all alone. 1v1, all the information that Viva has to work with. And 5Power, well, smoke down towards the Ninja. Advent going to stick the full 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and oh, Viva tapping the wrong side. He can't get a kill. Advent steals it away from 5Power. Such a great execution, such a great round. The rug pulled out from underneath the noses of Vici, but they still got back up. 5Power. Such a great played round. What a shame it ended up going down that way. A CT timeout will be called by Vici, because despite the fact that they won that, they realized that's pretty unacceptable not to have realized. I feel worse for StarLadder right now. Did such a good job, such a great job of keeping the idea that B site was the hit. 3 kills to his name with the pistol. What a dramatic round to find. As 5Power do reinvest in on StarLadder. 3 kills to his name, so AK out alongside the rest of the Deagle. Half by a round, actually, from 5Power. Savage tags up, tries to take out Frankie to kick things off. Won't quite happen as of right now. Flashes in from Bottle. Viva first casualty, and Vent takes him down. Shooter Pie trades it right back to 4 versus 4 right now. 30 seconds, nades in against him, will do damage onto his teammates. Meanwhile, Kaiser catching off the backstab player here in Sniper's Nest, and Vici, although they will lose the opening pick and a secondary kill. Zhao, AK could do some damage here, but then line up. 2 kills come back in. This round's a forced investment round here from 5Power. The last one was a half investment. Couldn't get anything done on the AK. Brought down by Zhao will be the first casualty. Savage also falls in the apartments. 5 versus 3 immediately favour to the CT forces. Vici. Such a good time so far to kick things off. Ooh, good headshot from Bottle, reading Kaz's position. Bit of short aggression coming through. Almond not set up appropriately to deal with this. The UMP, kind of a range, are going to be very, very difficult. And then again, Frankie's no better off. He's with an MP9. .45 seconds remain. Vici still with the man advantage. Ullman will get in towards mid. Catch off vision on the shooter pie and take him down. He's watching out through connector. The AUG gets recovered by the CT player. So Vici rotates the AK. Sorry, the AUG, excuse me. The AK still on the A bomb site. And Ullman cut off apartments control. The last 2 players here are coming in. Nades, Molotovs trading back and forth. Bottle sprays on towards Ullman's position. Takes a lot of damage for his trouble and jumps back in. Frankie deals with him. $600 on the bank for the kill. And $1,200 for the second. Nicely done from Frankie. $1,800 in total. A lot of money gained by Vici and 3 rifles as well. 2 AKs recovered out of that round. And 5Power going to be conceding the next with an eco up for grabs. Again for Advent, sprays on, get the Viva down, kicks things off favour of the CT forces. Shocking also up with the AK. Spray on, shooter by Den. Now for a bit more. Ooh, Bottle takes out Kaze. Ullman trades it back. Good couple of headshots being found with the Deagles, but no significant damage, no real advantage gained by 5Power. They could get the trades on Jokin, Ullman, or Advent, especially with the AUG picked up on Savage. Vici playing passive angles, just ready for the T-side to make their way into the bomb site. Drop that 1 rifle. Bottle, last man standing on short. Ullman not going to read on his suspicion just yet. But Frankie's going to wait back on the bomb site. As soon as Bottle faces in, goes for a bomb plant, tries to wrap around against the CT forces that we spotted. Taps up sprays coming through, and Frankie gets 11 for Vici. Now the buy can come through from 5Power. Again, that was an eco, so this is what they were really working towards. Full sets utility for every player on the 5Power side. It is max loss bonus at this stage. Very passive from 5Power on the defaults here. They are pretty far back away from mid control. Apartments control was really the most furthest pushed up player in bottle. Ramp control in from the T side as well. Few smokes down from the CT and T side players. Vici, other than that, just holding their standard line. 2-1-2 splits as Olman gets info on the line. Over in the apartments. Headshot found by Frankie as he overextends a little bit. Bottle going down. The mid control is established, however, by Zhao. Meanwhile, Jockey strikes out towards the apartments, dealing with Viva and 5Power with their faces, just not getting the kills. Not forcing the fights, in fact. Zhao on short. A bit of work to be done here. Takes out Frankie. Looks for the second round of Olman and gets the double kill back to 3 versus 3. Forcing the rotation as well from Vici. They may suspect that the idea is going to go towards B once again. They'll leave one man back on the A bomb site. No, actually, Jockin's going to rotate towards mid. Zhao will get spotted and sprayed. Advent will deal with him, and the bomb site is once again going to be obtained by 5Power. One player drawing the attention of all 3 CT players, and Vici will realize now that this probably is going to be the A site hit. Shooter Pie ready to cut them off at the rotation positions. Kaze tagging through the wall. Ooh, that's a great shot on Shooter Pie. 14 HP, stays alive though. And now Vici make the retake happen. Shocking rounds the corner, taps up the like to Savage. And Shooter Pie left here towards connector. Bomb plant down behind the danger box. So his off angle is not going to do anything from here. He has to save his rifle. Can see another to the Vici side. 3 stay alive as well. Again, such good work from that one man on the B bomb site, able to pull the rotations away from Vici. Second round they've done this in this half. At level 60 seconds on the clock right now. 5Power to make the execute happen towards the A site. 4 players in varying different positions to close in on A. Again, the AK is out to play with. Very little utility that remains. No smokes, in fact. There are some exposed angles that the teams will have to worry about. Close range of ramp, maybe the first one here from Shocking. The flashbangs may be able to help them with that face. Smokes down. Other one extinguishes just as quickly. Savage takes out Shocking. And last man left out towards CT. Ooh, body block with a Molotov. That'll cause some issues for 5Power. Do spray and force Kaze back up, but the AWP gets that 1 kill. Secondary frag as well. Third on, not quite landed. It's a man advantage for the T side as the bomb plot does go down behind the danger box. Frankie and Olman up for the retake. Shooter Pie still lurking back over in the ladder room, ready for the mid sniper, let's face. Double spray down from Savage, comes in against Olman. Frankie. 1 kill left for him. Shooter Pie does wrap back with the backstab. Bottle still here. Behind danger box. I'm going to take a boost. Hit spotted. 2 kills for Frankie. And now, smoke on the bomb. 1v1. Expecting Shooter Pie to come in for the backstab. Will face around the corner, but the AK wins out the fight despite the Dink coming in with the AUG. 2 HP for Shooter Pie, but he stays alive. Finally, a round on the board for 5Power on the T side half. First round for them in the T side half. Yeah, there you go. 5Power in and out to the B bomb site. Spray on through from Viva. Gets Ullman down as the first frag. Kaze with the orb still here. Alive and kicking. Frankie traded back. Rotations coming in thick and fast from the CT forces. The bomb plant will go down eventually. 4-on-3 situation for 5Power. Looks like Vici want to save their weapons. Not a lot of economy left for them. Was the loss in the last round coming down to the wire there with all 5 going out for the CT forces, and they're not going to try and look for the retake, not going to try and shut down 5Power, realizing it's probably going to be a better idea and the smarter idea to hold on to their weaponry. Might be able to force the reinvestment in the next round. 2 rounds lost bonus though, so it's not going to be anything great. Ops in, AUG's out, Jockey and Advent. Heavy investment around the Vici line. On SMG for Frankie is going to be the main issue. Flashes in from 5Power, look towards the A bomb site. Rotation's not calling from the CTs just yet. They've still got the 2 players here. One towards CT, one towards Sandwich. Smokes up, Advent gets the first. Jockey trading right back, and Bottle. Actually, Viva gets the spray now onto the headshot instead. So 2 for 1, once again favour to the T-side forces. The AWP will fire its way through the smokes. Almond sprays on, doing damage to the shooter pipe, but not denying that bomb plant. It will go down to default. Spray back from Almond, eventually does catch Bottle at the edge of the ticket booth box. Standard evens here for the retake as Viva tries and trades it back all the same. Does catch off Almond eventually, getting that headshot back to the man advantage of the T-side forces. But Vici moves in. Frankie spots him on the Sandwich. Second face takes him down. Look at him shooter fly back out the firebox peak, but he goes taking that trade back. And Kaze, last man standing for Vici. Not a lot of time. Orp does not want to be given up. Does get an exit frag, but that's about as far as it will go. As 5Power bring themselves back within 1. From the 5-7, the PT up here. 1 good kill for Almond. AWP picked up, looking for the second frag. Back here against Yao. No scope, man for the headshot. Almost a third, but no. Viva trades him. 3-on-3 situation. CT side coming back in, of course, on the eco. Got nothing to lose, so why not? AWP. Savage make his way up, gets the AK back out, trying to get it out of dodge. Orb in, facing back over to the apartments. Shoulder bait from Advent, now moves on with the CZ spray. Can't quite take the man down. The AWP is known here towards the balconies. Meanwhile, 1 player striking in from the market will get traded back. Just only left to the 2 CTs of Jockey and Advent here. Smokes up, Molotov's in. Denied by the T-side utility, and Bottle takes down that man, leaving it all left to Advent as the last one standing here on the apartments. Good start there from Ullman, but in the end it is going to go to the favour of 5Power as they equalize against Vici. Rocky map so far for Vici. I mean, I'm not really expecting, I wasn't really expecting this to be a one-sided affair. It is their map pick though. 5Power bringing the thunder as they did the last time they played this map. All evened out, 12-12 on round 25. Five Power going to look towards the A site execute. 3 players here to defend it. Smokes at the ready stand and set smokes and flashes. All 5 players in Palace on ramp. Readying up the utility to go quickly out here. Savage, first smoke. Teammates set up the Molotovs coming in for the T side line. Damage done to Bottle to kick things off, but in the end it will still be the hit coming through as Kaze sustains even more damage to the AWP back at CT spawn. 1 player on top of the scaffolding spotted out by Bottle. Spray takes him down, nice and easy for him. And Kaze, last man standing up here towards the defensive. The rotations will come in as a bit of a gap towards that smoke, but in the end Bottle gets it down safely. And no kills come back for the CT side. Vici falling behind by quite the amount. 5 Power about to take the lead unless this retake goes menacingly well, and it almost did for Alan. Sprays on through. Damage done to Shooter Pie, but can't take him down. They're off angle to the left-hand side, so Orpakaza doesn't get anything done, and Vici's just going to say, nah, we're not down for this. Only defuse kit on Advent. Way out of position. Vici way out of time on this one. 13-12. 5 Power have the lead above the favourites. Vici have been a little bit liberal with their tactical pauses. I want to take one this time when they kind of really need to. Best opportunity to take a tactical pause as well, you know, they've got the 4 rifles in, the economy is pretty broken at this stage. 5 Power have grinded their way back into the lead. If anything, you want to see Vici just like stop and say, right, what do we need to do to try and fix this? Because they have always been losing those opening frags, not finding trays. The defensive has not been quite confident on certain bomb sites. Five Power go towards mid. 2 players up to the connector push. 2 coming in towards Palace. None from ramp. So it will be a split for all intents and purposes here towards the A bomb site. 3 CTs to defend it. 1 at CT stairs. 2 more cross-firing on ramp. Savage gets the smokes up. Flashes over from the T side line. Molotovs in towards the mid position. And Advent here, ready and waiting for Bottles the first. Kaze strikes in the opening kill. Pond being dropped. Zhao with a trade, but Jockey trades it right back on Viva. Zhao still alive, and he's going to get a secondary kill with 13 seconds to kill the kill on the man at ramp. Get the bomb plant down. Quick frag's not coming through for him. And Savage will get a flick back with the AWP in mid, but that's as far as he goes. The round is going in favour of Vici. Finally, a confident defensive thrown up by the CT side. It's 5 Power. Crumble in the mid push, Crumble in the ramp position, no trade potential. And while Zhao was making his move and, you know, establishing his presence on the A bomb site, didn't see much more than a few frags go in favour of the T side forces. It's Org in, AWP for either side. Standard buy-ups, the economy still looking good from 5 Power thanks to the money that they built up here. The AWP staying in play for Savage. $8,000 still left in the bank for him. 5 Power look towards another quick A execute setup. Advent, the only man here. The AWP of Kaze is quick to respond out towards the connected position if he has to. The teams make their way inland. Advent sprayed up to little amounts of HP. Molotovs in, blocking off Sandwich, blocking off the push out via jungle and connector. More Molotovs coming in back to push them further into the sniper's nest. Flashes in, Zhao with the smokes at the ready. Kaze still got that AWP cross locked. Bottle will try and jump his way in and get back towards this position. No, Kaze blinded away. Doesn't get the AWP kill, does not try and go in for a blind fire as well. Flashbangs in with the CT side, does not allow a peek to come through from Vici. It'll be a 5 versus 5, but the backstab coming in from Joking. Deals with Viva. Looks back in for more. Knows that there are T-side players crawling all over the bomb site, but for now, he's got a man advantage for Vici as Advent flashes in. Frankie goes for the peek. Kaze flashing his way out as well from the connected position, looking out towards around the corner. And Zhao goes down. 5-on-3 situation. The shooter pie waiting. Spots out. One player sprays it. Gets the second as Joking on for the triple kill. Instead, it's Duda come in. And a third frag found. All left to Kaze. 1 versus 3. The CTs have crumbled around the man advantage. 1 kill for Kaze, but no more than that. Bottle keeps 5Power in the lead after a great execute. Almost went awry, but they recovered with the trades, and they recovered with round 14 on the T-side board. 5Power looking poised to take Vici down. And again, take them down on Mirage, their own map pick. Vici with a forced investment back in. This will be their last chance to take this map away. If they can take Mirage as well, then Overpass could well end up being 2-0 affair. 5Power now for execute as confident as they've looked all series long, all map long so far. Flashes in, Frankie and Almond there for the defensive. Almond gets the first man, continuing to flash out to the apartments, keeping the T-side suppressed as they make their way into the balcony. Almond spots, sprays and takes down one. Also Frankie coming in with a kill on the bomb planter, who's dropped down towards the bomb site itself. 5 versus 2, Bottle with a trade, but Frankie continues to hold with the SMG. 2 kills to his name, and the last man standing, Savage with an AWP. Sprayed down, gonna go for the save, but Joking says no, he wants $600 of his own, and indeed he'll get it. Second AWP to be recovered. And we'll go to full 30 rounds for this one. 5Power and Vici. 14-14, all evened out. Double up start coming for Kaze and Frankie. One plays out towards the B bombs, like the other here on A from the danger box. Again, 5Power going to go back to the A side defaults. The sets execute, ready to roll. Kaze, the main point of contention here, alongside his teammate and Jockey close towards Palace. SMG around this corner, but it will be Viva to take him down. So all left the AWP, and it's dealt with just as quickly. 5 versus 3, the CTs try and strike back, but in the end, Advent will get taken alive. 4-on-2, bomb plant will come down for 5Power, and Vici again crumble with over-aggression that really punishes the CT forces. Owen and Frankie want to consider the save at this stage. They've got no money, they need rifles for the next round, and they will do just that. Omen falling back towards the B-bomb site. And 5Power will have map point here for Mirage, an extra frag coming in from Omen. Vici, again, lose control. I'm going to let's take an extra frag back, but for 5Power it doesn't really matter that much. They're going to invest in this last round, as are the CT forces of Vici. It's all a case of semantics. Who has the better buy? Who has more money to invest into rifles? AWP's in for Savage and Kaze. Rifles are plenty for both sides. Limited utility sets for the CT forces. We go forward onto Dawn. T-side being very passive about this whole situation. 5Power do not want to concede anything to the Vici side. Do not want to let them get control. See, when they get control, Vici are able to strike away. 5Power for the moment. Burst through from Advent will do a little bit of damage early on. 4-man stack rotating to the A bomb site, leaving it all left to Frankie as the man on the defensive. Orbs in from Savage will give away some information as 5Power consider the rotation towards the B site, and indeed, well, actually I was going to say indeed the AWP will join the main T-side force, but instead the bomb goes ahead and joins the AWP. 45 seconds to the push. Vici with one good confident defensive could lock out this round for the CTs. 35 seconds on the clock. And Zhao joins Viva. AK in play. Bomb drop to Zhao. Looks in for Joking as here come the smokes and flashbangs. One final execute for 5Power here in the regulation of the matchup. And Joking's ready and waiting. Flashbangs, Molotovs away. Catching Zhao with a first break. Getting Viva as well, but Viva trades it, maintains control. As the teams push on through, Viva bursting on through, catches up one towards the lead opposition. Looks in for the second, but no. The trade is good from Ullman, as it is for Kaze. And it's all the Savage. 7 seconds left on the clock. No chance in this round. The CT's looking like they're going to push us to OT. Good flick from the man, but no time left. And there we go, overtime gained by the Vici side. And a back and forth affair on the trading from 5Power and Vici, but in the end, Vici come out on top. The MR3, 10k up to play for here on the first map. Again, if they can take this one, then 5Power be looking in dire straits for our second map of Overpass. Again, Mirage is 5Power's pick. Ashes in smokes up. CT's going to try and suppress 5Power towards the mid control, but other than that, not much. White Tower go for the early mid control in our first round of overtime. They are on T-side start. And Savage will be the main man into the apartments rotation. Underpass control also established by 5Power, so they've got a lot of map control. You can see in mid to go towards apps. Defenders of Frankie and Ullman. Flashes over, here come the T side. 5Power straight out of the gate. Great Molotovs in against Bottle and Shooter Pie. Spray in against Frankie will deal with him. And the backstab spray coming in from Joking in towards Connector deals with Viva. So 5 on 3, unscathed are the CT forces. I said that, and Frankie goes down, but Omen there with a quick trade. Alongside Kaze with the AWP and Advent with a spray of his own right. Will we take the 2 HP, but in the end it's Vici with a team ace. $16-15 on the board. On the CT board specifically for the Vici side. Great defensive locked-out as 5Power just get decimated. And 5 AK is going to come through, not quite with the other AWP. T-side player set up here towards the A-bomb site. Again, the default smokes coming in. Here we go. Advent burned out of position. Will fall back to CT. Kaze with the AWP flick on Zhao. Catches him for the opening kill. But now the rest of the main CT forces here suppressed on A. 5Power. Man disadvantage will try and break in, but Viva goes down. Leave it 2-man advantage for the Vici squad. Bomb to make its way up but not get planted. Flashbangs will keep him suppressed as Advent sprays on through. Allman catches one, looks back in with a second. Savage goes down and Jockey with a backstab finishes off the job on Bottle. 17-15, Vici with control so far. And one final round of the half for the CT side to gain a flawless half. And it might just happen with 5Power here being down on their money. Investment will lead to a limited amount of utility. 5 AKs will still come out. Not quite a broken buy, but enough certainly to justify the idea that Vici might be in with the round right here. Flashes over Kaze with the opening or pick straight on Zhao. Back in for a bit more. His teammate will peek even further in Jokin, trying to wrap back in towards the underpass position. Bottle meanwhile pushing in. Will catch him off, but get taken down. Kaze strikes with the orb once again on to Savage. Shooter Pie going falling, and Viva last man standing on a bomb dropped out towards top mid, and Vici looking to close the gap in on this half of overtime. 1 kill, second spray lines up, but that's as far as it goes. 18-15. Map point for Vici. 5Power about to let their pick slip through their fingers. Smokes in from Bottle right here with a nice old big gap here from Connector. Sprays on Jockey and kicks things off. Back in for a second. Advent actually takes a spray back against him. Blind vision, but good prediction play onto where the CT's holding in at. So, 4v4. Damage done to Allman leaves a slight HP advantage to the 5Power side. Only, I say slight, it's more like half of his HP down. So, kill can come in relatively easily if they just take the standard face. Shooter Pie here towards Connector. Watching out mid. Allman makes his way up with the AK. Viva and Zhao. Two players to defend in the apartments, pushed up so far in the apartments. Vici. Continue to move forward. Kaze in a support what looks to be the short control. Shooter Pie trying to find his way in. Krieg bursts through as Allman, or shoulder baits in, spots out Viva, trades back. Shooter Pie also goes falling. It's all left to Zhao to defend the B-bomb site alone and afraid. He gets the first pick. In for the second, he can't line them up. And the AWP on the backstab is all that remains. This looks to be a 19-15 for Vici unless something magical is put down by Savage. AK picks up, around the corner against Kaz. He hears all the footsteps and goes in and strikes. And there you go. Vici will win out their opponent's map pick. 5Power concede Mirage. And they move over to Overpass. This might just get awkward. This might just be a 2-0. Certainly likely to be that way. Vici in full control, the favourites of this series, and looking at 2-0 their way into the finals. Do not go anywhere. It's Overpass after this very short break.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.